Today, I want us to take a minute to really look at something that we are missing out in life as a young man. And you see, if you are between the ages of 20 to 35, please pay attention to this thing. Do you know? Do you know that the reason why you've not been able to achieve all your heart desires from 1st January up to this October is because you have failed to write those burning desires down? Do you know the reason why you are struggling to achieve all your desires? It is because you have failed to write all those desires down. You see, it's not just about writing them down, but it's about writing a timeline and how to achieve all these goals, to achieve all these burning desires in your heart. And that is what we call goals. What are goals? Goals are objectives, intentions, and specific burning desires that you write them down with a timeline, with plans, and how to achieve them on a paper, on daily basis, on hourly basis, on weekly basis, on monthly basis, on how to achieve them. And until you do these things, it will be very hard for you to achieve anything in life. You know, living a life with a lasting legacy is not an easy task. With so many factors influencing our destiny, it is very essential that we must be intentional about the way we navigate our lives. That is why today I want us, you and I, to review a book by one of my favorite motivational speakers of all time, Brian Tracy. In case you don't know Brian Tracy is a Canadian American motivational speaker. He's an author. Brian Tracy has authored almost over 80 books, which has been translated to dozens of languages across the world. You know, this man has really changed my life. And I remember when I was doing my internship with Enterprise Life Insurance, and that I've attended one of his online seminars about sales. And so my first presentation was NIB. NIB is National Investment Bank. I think so. That was somewhere around Nima police station area there. And when I listened to that seminar from Brian Tracy, come on, that book just set me on fire. And so after the seminar, the manager of the company tapped my shoulder and said, "Young man, I'm very impressed about your presentation. And I guess you are the supervisor for the team." I said, "No, sir. My boss is the one behind me." I was like, "Whoa, that is impressive." All because I listened to a motivational message from Brian Tracy. Yeah, so let's go straight to the point. This is the book I want us to look at today: The Power of Self-Discipline, No Excuse by Brian Tracy. You know, Brian Tracy, I think three of his best books that are very popular. The number one is And What You Really Are. Number two is Eat That Frog. And then number three of my best is The Power of Self-Discipline. And today we are going to look at the chapter 4 of this book, that's page 64. That's Self-Discipline and Goals. Alright, so let's go straight to the book. 64. Alright, so 64. Let's go. We are going to read, then we break it down. It's a self-discipline and goals. Self-discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. Jim Rohn, he quoted Jim Rohn. That's beautiful. Jim Rohn is also one of the best motivational speakers of all time. I mean, that man has so many books on goal setting, but today we're not talking about Jim Rohn, so let's focus on Brian Tracy. All right, so the first paragraph, it says that your ability to discipline yourself to set clear goals for yourself and then to work towards them every day will do more to guarantee your success than any other single factor. You need to have goals to accomplish well for offense in life. You have probably heard it said, you can't hit target that you can see. If you don't know where you are going, any road will of course take you there. The very act of taking the time to decide what you really want in each area of your life can change your life completely. That's absolutely true. He said the 3% factor. It seems that only 3% of adults have written goals and plans, and these 3% earn more than all of the other 97% put together. Absolutely true. Why is this? The simplest answer is that if you have clear goals and a plan to achieve it, you therefore have a track to run every single day. Instead of being sidetracked by distraction and diversions, getting lost, going astray, more and more of your time is focused in a straight line from where you are to where you want to go. This is why people with goals accomplish so much more than people without goals. The tragedy is that people think that they already have goals, but what they really have are hopes and wishes. Yes, you know what? Growing up as a young man, I also thought that wishes and hopes were goals, but they are not. You know, anytime you have a burning desire, anytime you have wishes in your heart and you don't write them down, you don't set a timeline, you don't research on how to achieve those things, and you don't act towards those plans, they are no goals. They are just wishes, and they will be very hard for you to achieve them. Let's continue. Brian Tracy said, goals that are not written down and developed into plans are like bullets without powder in the cartridge. Whoa! People with unwritten goals go through life shooting blanks because they think they already have goals. They never engage in the hard discipline effort of goal setting. And this is the master skill of success. So, discipline yourself to set goals is a master skill to every form of success in life. I love Brian Tracy quote that he said. He said, there are 1,001 principles to success, but without self-discipline, none of them work. Just like there are many wishes in our hearts, until you turn your wishes and your hopes into goals, none of them come. In case you need a copy of this book, I think you can get one on Amazon. If you're in America, Canada, you can get this book on Amazon. Any part of the world, you can get No Excuse in any bookshop. If you're in Ghana, any part of Ghana, any bookshop, you can just get a copy of this book. God bless you for staying with me. And in case you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel